Hello and welcome to the Purpose Zone. When I was living in my car, I had to rebuild my life $1 at a time, literally, at a time where there were no Dollar Trees. Now there are Dollar Tree stores all over the place. The way that my kids and I survived, my kids were 2 and 3 years old at the time, the way that we survived is I went to garage sales, and I went to stores that most of them are no longer in existence. But I did go to Sears and places like that when they were having big sales, going out of business sales at some stores, things like that. And got a lot of things that me and the kids needed. And what I did is I accumulated different things and kept them in big plastic bags, protective bags in the trunk of my car, so that when we finally got to the place where we would be moving into an apartment or a house or something, that I had a supply of certain things. I got dishes, I got pots and pans. I remember I was in a Kmart store, I think it was, and they had this box of a whole set of pots and pans for like $10. Skillet, just the whole set, seven or 10 piece set, put it in the trunk of the car. I got sugar. I got different canned foods. I got deodorant, lotion, just all kinds of little things, and kept them in the car. So I had them when we finally moved into our first apartment. When we were living in the car, it was in the winter. So they required that I had to drive around at night periodically just to run the heat so that we would stay warm, and I kept the kids barricaded in piles of blankets. Now there are literally thousands of people who are living in their cars on purpose. It's a lot easier to live in your car today. There's so many products and so many things that are geared toward supporting that population of people. At the time that I was living in my car, out of mere necessity, they didn't have a lot of the great things that they have available today to make that a lot easier. After the big stock market and housing crash in 2007, 2008, there were literally thousands of people that moved into their cars here in the United States, and many of them still live in their cars. They have found ways, smart ways, to make it work. So I have found, in my experience dealing with people who are rebuilding their life, whether they're coming out of a shelter situation or some other type of a situation, one of the things that I have found that I think is a problem is the poverty mentality. And when I talk about a poverty mentality, I mean people that are unreasonable about their expectations of what it takes to live. They expect very high-end items when they know they don't have an income, or they have half the income that they used to have. So if you're prideful and that's your mentality, this rebuilding your life $1 at a time series is not going to work for you. I am no longer living in my car, haven't lived in my car for a number of years, and I have a very comfortable living, and I still shop at the Dollar Tree. It is still one of my favorite places. Once we started getting Dollar Trees in this country, I migrated toward it. Now, there's all sorts of dollar stores around the country. Dollar Tree, in fact, operates under another name in some states. I think in some states they call themselves Dollar Bills or something like that. And in 2014, I believe it was, the Dollar Tree actually purchased Family Dollar. So Family Dollar is part of the Dollar Tree brand, but everything in Family Dollar is not a dollar. Everything in the actual Dollar Tree itself is actually $1. So you can really rebuild your life on a lot of different things. I'm going to show you some quick items during this video so that you can understand that, what I'm saying is true. My youngest son knew, both of my boys, I only have two, they knew how much I loved shopping at the Dollar Tree. I talked about it all the time. He finally went off to college, and I was like, Raymond, make sure you're going to the Dollar Tree. You can get that at Dollar Tree. You can get soap. You can get toothpaste. You can get toothbrush. You can get lotion. And I didn't find out until several years after he came back to this area from college. We had to stop at the store for something, and I said, we need to stop here, and need to run in the Dollar Tree. And there was something that he needed, and I said, yeah, they have it in here. So he came in with me, and he was like, Mom, everything in here is $1. And I'm like, I've only been telling you that like for 15 years, but he honestly didn't believe me, and I didn't know he didn't believe me. So what I used to do is I put myself on a budget, and I still kind of do it, kind of sort of, but now that, I don't have, a family to support, to take care of, or to support, I can be looser than I used to be. But I used to set aside like $25 every 2 weeks on payday, because that was my Dollar Tree spending money. And I would go and get things like deodorant, lotion, napkins, foil paper, paper towels, Kleenex. And I'm going to quickly show you some of the things that I get at the Dollar Tree. So there's like over 14,000 Dollar Trees in the United States and in Canada. There are no Dollar Trees in Hawaii or Alaska. And I'm hoping one day that's going to change. But right now, that is the case. Now, like I said, let's start off with just household products. Napkins, Dollar Tree for $1. And a lot of times they have different colorful boxes and stuff, so that if I want it to match the decor in my bathroom or my living room or whatever, it's easy to do. Paper cups. These are the hot and cold cups, and these are paper. I know there are some people that don't like to buy plastic, landfill situation and that kind of thing. But if you're trying to rebuild your life $1 at a time, sometimes you just have to do what you've got to do. This usually comes in a double pack that has like, 24 cups in it. These come like 20 in a pack. Sometimes they have larger packs, but these are household things that you can get for your house. Now, I don't always get boxes this big. These are sandwich bags. I a lot of times make my lunch and take it to work. They don't always have these giant boxes. I got a giant box like this in a Dollar Tree once, and never again. Never again have I seen it before or after. But usually they're Ziploc sandwich bags. They have different brands other than Ziploc, and they will have small amounts, like anywhere from 7 to 15 sandwich bags in the bag. And they also have the snack bags. They also have the garbage bags. Garbage bags for 13-gallon, 30-gallon, the big lawn bags. They have the smaller bags, like I get for your bathroom waste baskets and things like that. Okay, dryer sheets. Now, they don't always have the big, matter of fact, I've never seen the big boxes of dryer sheets. And what I do is, this was a box of 80 dryer sheets. And when I go to the Dollar Tree, I'll get the boxes. Their boxes will have 20 sheets in it or something like that. I will buy a couple of those, and I just open them and put them in this bigger box. I just fill it up. One of the things that I talk about, if any of you have ever been to my $1, have been to my Rebuilding Your Life seminars, I talk about some financial strategies for, just making it when you're trying to rebuild your life. And one of the things I suggest is that you cut your dryer sheets in half. I find out that they are just as effective depending on how big your load is. And that will very easily turn a small 20 sheet box of dryer sheets into a 40 sheet box. So you want to keep that in mind. The other things that I get, household goods, I'm trying to stick with household goods, paper towels, and I also get napkins. I don't have an unopened package of napkins to show you right now, but usually the package of napkins that they have at the Dollar Tree, there's like 200 and sometimes 200 to 250 napkins for, wipe your hands and stuff when you're eating. And sometimes I've gotten fancy napkins, but I really like to get a big bundle so that I can have what I need and without going broke. I've already showed you the cups. The other things are household goods. Oh, let me finish the kitchen items first. Okay, let me go finish the kitchen items since I have them nearby. You can get the throwaway spoons, forks, knives. These are the fancy ones that I like to get when I'm going to have company. These come in a smaller pack. There's usually 4 to 6 to 8 of the forks in a pack. You can get the pack that has forks, knives, and spoons together, but it's only going to be 4 of each. The giant packs of disposable spoons, forks, and knives are thinner. They're not as sturdy as these, and But, you know, it serves a purpose if you want to buy that. Also, straws. I get the big jumbo pack of the flexible straws. Comes in handy. I like straws when I'm drinking juices and stuff. My grandkids love those flexible straws too when they come over. Now, one thing that is a disappointment now is that you used to be able to, until about a year and a half ago, you used to be able to get these 4-packs of knives and spoons and forks in the Dollar Tree. They have them wrapped together, and I've noticed in the last 2 years they've dropped down to the 2-pack. And this is a nice way to get silverware. Doesn't have all the fancy carving and stuff on the handles, but it's affordable. When you're rebuilding your life, unless you have a poverty mentality that you want to go broke or do without until you get the fancy smancy stuff, this is an excellent way to rebuild your life and have some respectability while you're doing it. The other thing, they have toothbrush, toothpaste. Now, I keep the travel packs of the toothbrush with the toothpaste and the toothbrush cover and the little storage pack. I keep these at my house. They're only $1 at the Dollar Tree. When family comes from out of town, people have forgotten their toiletry items, I have plenty of these on hand. The other thing that they have at the Dollar Tree is they have a bunch of different types of toothbrushes. This kind comes with the battery in it already, since you can pop in and have the vibrating brush. Of course, my grandkids love these too. They also have the children's brushes that have the suction on the bottom that you can stand it up on the on the countertop. Sometimes I know some of us would like to have the new fancy toothbrushes that have the water picks and all this other stuff on it. Some of those things start at like $140. When you're rebuilding your life, unless you have that already, those things are going to be unaffordable right now. $1. Get a toothbrush, get a travel pack with the toothpaste in it, and enjoy your life. They also have, and these usually always come in the travel packs at the Dollar Tree, they have different types of mouthwash. I don't particularly, I'm not a big fan of Listerine. I prefer Scope, and so I get Scope. Every now and then they'll have the tall bottles of these brands of mouthwash. Usually they have the ACT, the children, the kids mouthwash, in the giant bottles that you can, squeeze, and it fills up the little cup for your kids to do their to gargle and whatnot. I don't mind getting the travel packs. It's just me, and I don't have to worry about running out anytime soon. I pick up a couple of bottles every time I stop in the Dollar Tree. I have plenty for what I need. Household items. Oh, they also have practical things like super glue. They have things like scissors. And they also have the scissors for cutting and trimming your hair. They have the hair bonnets. They have brushes, combs, hair clips, ponytail ties, makeup mirrors, powder puffs, eyeshadow. They have a lot of LA Girl gear. They have other makeup lines, CoverGirls, Maybelline, some of the other things too. But I've noticed that when I've seen some of my Caucasian sisters do their Dollar Tree videos, they are not familiar with LA Girl. LA Girl is a very common brand that black and brown sisters use. Our Caucasian sisters may not have a need to use the LA Girl because they tend to have a lot of the darker lines in the Dollar Tree and in their family dollar stores. But if you need a quickie concealer or something like that, the Dollar Tree, $1. Family Dollar, which is owned by the Dollar Tree, $2. You can't go wrong with that. They have makeup brushes and things like that. May not be the fanciest stuff in the world, but if you need something in a pinch, they do have them. All Dollar Trees are not created equal. Every one of them have something a little different. They don't carry the same thing twice a lot of times. Certain items you're able to get over and over again, full of paper plates, the disposable spoons, forks, and that kind of stuff they have all the time. They have a party section where you can get the fancy silverware and the serving bowls and things like that, but they don't always get the same thing twice. They don't always have the same brands, and you can also order online. You have to order in quantities of 12 or 20 or 40. They'll tell you on their website. They deliver it right to your house. Everything is still $1 a piece online. I get my little brushes. As you notice, my short sides, and this brush I like to travel with, keep it in my purse and that kind of stuff. I'm always losing it. It's nice for me to be able to pick up a couple of them for $1. They have different things for doing your makeup. This is an eyebrow trimmer, 3 in a pack for $1. This is the Sensodyne toothpaste, which I use every now and then because I like it and it does work. They don't always have it in the Dollar Tree, but when they have it, it will of course be in the travel section. Now that's all I'm going to do for today. When I come back again, I'm going to talk about some of the kitchen items, some of the things you can get for your office, and some of the cleaning items and other things. I don't want to make this super long, and I don't want to bore you to death, but I do want you to know that there are ways to rebuild your life $1 at a time. If you're willing to pay a little bit more than just $1, there are other places that you can go, and we will explore some of those things. And I'll talk about all sorts of little things and different deals and things that I come across, and let you know that it is possible to build a quality of life even if you don't have a lot of money, and even if even if you are like I was coming out of a situation of living in your car and having to accumulate things a little at a time to get ready to move into a more permanent situation. I was very grateful for the things that I built up. I mean, I got a house full of carpet when I finally did move into my little $69 a month apartment. All utilities paid, everything included, including the gunshot hole in the glass and actually not in the glass. There was a gunshot hole in the window of the master bedroom. That was interesting. But when I moved in, I remember going to a garage sale, and this person was getting ready to leave with the military or something. They had bought all this new carpet and didn't get a chance. They were going to lay it themselves. They didn't get a chance to do it. And so they sold it, the whole lot for like less than $25 at the garage sale because they were desperate. They were down to their last days. This stuff was brand spanking new. I took it home and cut it out to fit the rooms. I was able to put carpet in every room. We were in a 2-bedroom apartment, and the living room. And I mean, I pulled a chair out of the dumpster. Before that, one little piece of rug that I did have that covered most of the living room floor that we slept on initially, I pulled it out of a dumpster. Went and bought cleaning solutions and scrubbed that joker up and let it bake and dry in the hot Texas sun. It was over 100 and some degrees. Flipped it over and scrubbed it some more. I scrubbed it like a couple of days in a row, make sure that all the grime and stuff got out of it. And that's what we started off sleeping on. I had someone to give me a couch, and then we pulled the cushions off the couch, and that became our bed. We just rebuilt a little at a time. It may take you a little while to rebuild, but now it is so easy to rebuild with quality items from places like the Dollar Tree. So until next time, come back and join me again in the Purpose Zone. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell so you'll be notified when the next video is up. I'm going to do part 2. And I'm hoping I don't have to do a part 3 on just the Dollar Tree and Family Dollar finds. But thank you for joining me in the zone. In the Purpose Zone is where you learn how to change how you see yourself, so that in order to create strategies and connect with resources so that you can rebuild your life. Talk to you next time.